Yes, Anusha.
So what about others, team? I think only few people are already done the practice, like Avinash and Matthew, something Gautam, and some people are come about others.
From my side, from past two
Practicing,
batches
Anusha.
are pending. I will practice today and tomorrow. I will complete it.
It's done for you. So team, again I'm repeating, if you work clearly, then only you're able to understand the Tosca challenges. Okay. So I just want to give one more time the array operations. So could you please confirm me, everyone able to hear me clearly, right?
Yes, Anusha. Yes, Anusha.
Yes, Anusha.
So if voice is lagging for you, do let me know, team. Team, please log in with your latest Tosca Commander workspace. Okay. And then yeah. So if you are using 2024.2 version, I hope everyone is upgraded to latest version. Am I correct? So who are pending with the upgradation of the latest version, team, just stay here and I'll support you to clear it down. Okay. So you are able to see these array operations in only a latest version. Okay. Like the 2024 only you are able to see. Coming to a 16 version, you are able to see only these 5 standard modules like TBox name to buffer, delete, unset buffer, partial. Iterative array and TBox array, both the things we can use in web tables concept. Okay. So that is the reason I just pick up these array operations very clearly today. Okay. So coming back to here, if you're using 2024.2 version, just select this module and drag and drop this module. Let me create one test here first. Earlier, team, in our older version, we don't have array operations standard module. Okay. Now Tricentis team is introduced on some array operations in Tosca pointer. Okay. What are the things we can create via array operations? I'll tell you that. So I just created one particular test case here. So this is the standard model. And then deleting of the array. These three things is possible. Okay. Let me show you how to array first. Team, everyone able to hear me clearly, right?
Anusha, sometimes voice is
Times your voice is breaking,
yeah.
Anush.
Yes, sometimes.
My voice is breaking, or please
Sometimes. Yeah.
let me know. Otherwise, I don't know, right? I think I have proper network. Let me stop. Team, what about team? Please
Then
confirm me.
Anushka.
Everyone able
Here
to hear
also
me
maybe Anush.
Anusha, your voice is
clearly.
not audible.
So now it's clear for you, all right? Okay.
Yes,
So this is a okay. This is TBox Array Operations standard module. Okay. To perform some array operation. What exactly the array means? We are just creating one variable to hold a list of elements. A list of elements. Okay. To create an array in the array standard module point of view, to create array variable, capital B of open flower brackets, capital B of, just mention the name of the array. I'm just giving here list. List is nothing but name of the buffer. Okay. So once you create one buffer, here you can see automatically one more array is added. What is the meaning of this?
Cardinality.
Cardinality is changed here.
Yeah.
Okay. So content here, and here we can create array with the help of indexing. So specify the target and just giving here indexing #1. Just give what are the data you want. Okay. I'm just giving like A, B, C. This is one data. So if you are creating array, always choose action mode as insert. Here you can see different type of action modes: insert, modify, delete. So these three data types, action modes added only for these array operations. Okay. So coming back to here, #2. So team, here I'm just giving only a numeric values. We can create an array with a different combinations too. Okay, it's not like we always going to create only specific kind of data type. Okay, na? Just change this data type to insert because we are just creating the array. Okay, we don't have any existing one. We are just creating the array. Here I just mentioned like ABC at 1, 2, 3 something or hash something. I just pass some combination of alphanumeric with special characters here. Now again #4. So #1, #2, #3, #4 is stating as the indexing of the each element in the array session. Let me rename like this. So if I run this script, so B of list is the name of the buffer. This buffer is holding this list of arrays. Okay. Right click on here, run in Scratch. So once we're done with the execution team, here you can see this one is executed, one or more specific elements. This is not an array buffer. Please provide valid array buffer command syntax B of my array. But I already created B of my array only, right? Let me change here the action mode as insert. In the content level itself, only change action mode as insert.
Anusha, in #4 also you need to give action mode as the insert instead of modify.
The last one is the modify, right? Let me modify that. So go back to here. Let me change this action mode, insert. So now this one is executed too. Okay. So once array is created, at the time of creating array, always make sure to select action mode as a insert. Okay. Now come back to our tools. Go to buffers. So see here, the list variable buffer is created. This buffer is holding combination of arrays here. ABC 1 to 3, ABC @ 1 to 3, hello ABC something. Are you able to see?
Yes, Anusha.
So team, each and every execution level, it's created arrays. Okay. That is the reason you are able to see these many list of array elements in the list. Okay. If you want, I'll change this value. Like list of underscore array something, I'll rename this one. This is kind of name of the buffer only. Okay. But array operation point of view, we always mention like this only. Select your respective test step, right click on here. So first of all, understand the standard module functionality, how it is working. Okay. Once you understand the functionality, so when we come to a practicals, then we work accordingly. Team. Okay, now. So see here, the list underscore array buffer is created here in the buffer section. And this buffer is holding the variable, the list, what are the list we just added here. Okay. You can see here the list buffer is added. Now coming back to here one more time, team. So my question is here, is it possible to create arrays without indexing in Tosca? My question, let me see that. Okay. Just now I created one array with an indexing, like #1 is nothing but the indexing 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Okay. Now my requirement is I just want to create an array without indexing. I just want to create an array with it without indexing. If you want to create the array with it without indexing, that means you don't need to select here the hash representation. Am I correct? Hash is always indicating like indexing of the control. So here, if you see in the drop down list, you can see only one and n and the last. One is nothing but first indexing, last is nothing but last indexing. #1 is nothing but you can give either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like that. Okay. So here the question is here, create array without indexing. So just now I provided index, that is the reason the script is executed, but I don't want to give an indexing here. So team, if I don't want to give an indexing, I just remove all these index. Now I'm just asking Tosca to create a array like ABC space 2, 3, 4 something space. I'm just selecting like this. So I just checking action mode as insert. Okay. Insert means it always take the. So insert means it always takes the creation of the array. Okay. So here I'm not selected anything like a hash indexing. I just creating one array without indexing. Run is scratch. So see here it is giving an error. So creation of array without indexing, it's not possible. You can see. So one or more operations are failed. Why more operations are failed here? So added 0 to the end of the array. So here you can see in the name column itself, we just mentioned item only, right? It's an invalid index. Indexes should be specified hash. So to create an array, the index should be specified. So if you're not specifying any indexing, that means it given an error message. This is only applicable for creation of the array. So make a note of that as well. So whenever you are trying to create an array, that time only it's given error. If you're updating the array, if you're modifying the array, or that time it won't give any error. Because we are just applying some search filter and later on we applied something like that. So make a note of this very clearly. Okay. So whenever you are trying to create an array without indexing, that is not possible. Okay, na? This is the different ways of creating array. One is directly you can create an array with indexing. So another one is create array without indexing. Definitely it's given error message to us. Okay. So the next point is here modifying array. Just modify the array. So let me rename this one. Modify, update, both are same in Tosca point of view. We are just calling it as a modification of the array. So what are the array you are trying to modify here? Just keep that array here. And here, I'm just deleting all these things. I just want to modify the first indexing. So two type of modifications we can see here. One is modify with index and without index. Okay, modification of index and without index. So if I mention #1, that means this is the indexing value. So see here, updation, two types we can do update. One is #1, we are just updating the things with the help of indexing. Okay. So #1 is nothing but first indexing. For example, #2 is nothing but second indexing. #3 is nothing but third indexing, like this. Okay. I just mentioned #1. So here I'm just naming as a Tosca. Okay. I just want to give name as a Tosca. So if you mention the value as Tosca, action mode is inserted. So insert or modify?
Modify.
Modify. Just choose a modify action mode here. So the second activity is here, modify array. Okay. And now select this one and do right click and run in Scratch. So see here, now the list of item is updated with Tosca, right? Modified element at index 1 to Tosca. 1 to Tosca. If you see the list of items in the buffer viewer, so are you able to see in the buffer section? This is the list of array. Are you able to see the Tosca is updated or not updated? So instead of ABC, it replaced that value with a Tosca. Because I asked this array to modify the index 1. That is the reason Tosca is replaced here. Clear?
Anusha, here I have one question.
Yeah.
Here you have updated this one, right? Instead of ABC, you have updated as a Tosca. But
Yes.
rest of the things you have not updated and still it was remained the same only. But
Same.
here in the test step, you have not mentioned that one. It is taking still.
Because those are already exist, right? So here,
Okay.
one thing, I'm not creating the array. At the time of creating array, I just mentioned everything indexing clearly. Okay, but the modification part, what are the array? It's already exists. This is already exists, right? So I'm without entire this list, I just identifying the first indexing. I updated only the first indexing. So what Tosca do, it always update the first indexing. The rest of the things is as it is because I've not mentioned anything here, right?
Yes, yes. Okay, it will take only one.
Only
Got it.
take because here I mentioned only the hash one. What is the meaning of hash one? The first
First index. Yeah.
Okay. So entire list level, Tosca identify the first index and it update that value with Tosca. Earlier it is ABC, now it's going to update a Tosca. Clear?
Yes, Anusha. Got it.
So like this, similarly, you can update if you want to update like #3, #4, #5, #6 like that. Just mention here #4. Okay. So the #4 is hello. I just want to update automation in the #4. Just mention like this automation. Okay. And the action mode is always modify. Okay. Once you choose the modify, I just asked Tosca to update only two things. One is first index, another one is fourth index. So it always find the same indexes in the array, then it update the value accordingly. Okay. So let me change the first value as well. So it is a Tosca, right? I'm just renaming here as a Tricentis. Now select this test step and right click on here, run in Scratchbook. So see here the list of arrays created, the value is updated. The first value, let me take a copy of this. Now are you able to see clearly? So the first indexing is updated with Tricentis 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth indexing is also updated with automation. Are you able to see that?
Yes, Anusha.
So these null values are added additionally because I just choose the action mode is here insert, right? The previous two executions I just selected in the content level as an insert. That is the reason it is inserting null value. Just now I changed that to select. Okay. So in the previously what happened, let me show. I just selected insert only. That is the reason every execution level, the end of the array, it is adding a null value here, null like this. Okay. Now coming back to your team, just select the action mode at content level as a select because this content always focus the entire array. Okay. So here the situation is here, we are just finding the element with the help of indexing within the array and then we are updating. So hope everyone clear with this.
Yeah.
Updating array with the indexing.
Yes, Anusha.
Okay. So the second approach is here, team. I don't want to go with indexing. Okay. So here, find the array and modify. Find and modify. So find and modify is nothing but we are not specifically looking for indexing. So your array is having a lot of things, but I don't want to go with the indexing like this. If you want to avoid with indexing, just find the element and update that accordingly. So at the time of finding a list of element within the array, we always choose action mode as constraint. constraint is the action mode. It is a limit to search. We are just searching as something within the list level. So you can see in the list. So in the list, I have 1, 2, 3. I just want to modify this 1, 2, 3 with the different value. So here in the item level, just mention 1, 2, 3. Then what happens at the time of execution? Tosca compiler always go to this entire array. It find the 1, 2, 3 entry here. Once it is identified that 1, 2, 3 entry, because I am not mentioning any indexing. Okay. Once 1, 2, 3 is identified, then automatically it updates. So which value you want to update? The updated value you have to define here. So you have to define here. In the content level, you can select that. So I just want to update this 1, 2, 3 with the value as 4, 5, 6, 7. And here choose action mode as modify. In the content level, choose action mode as modify. So observe here, team, the content level, we are just giving our search criteria. Sorry, item level, we are giving our search criteria. Search criteria is 1, 2, 3. Once this is identified, then we are asking Tosca to update this 1, 2, 3 with 5, 6, 7. So the updated value we are just defining into the content row, and action mode is here modify. Okay. So this is somewhat dynamic. We are not hard coding a indexing here, right? Somewhat it is a dynamic. Select this one and do right click and run in Scratchbook. So see here, team, are you able to see the 1, 2, 3 value is updated with 5, 6, 7, the buffer viewer?
Then sure. One thing here, next array we have ABC at 1, 2, 3, right? There we have 1, 2, 3, right? It's not updated like that.
No. It find only 1, 2, 3. So in the search criteria level, I'm not mentioned the searching of specific character within the list. Okay. So it always find the element with the number as 1, 2, 3. If that is exist, then it replace the value with 5, 6, 7. So here you can see, I'm just taking off this buffered one. I'll show you here. This is the previous array. Now you can see which level the value is updated. Only 1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
Only 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. It can put star something like that. It will
Exactly.
take.
Yes. I just want to discuss that only. So if you want to update the entries of each 1, 2, 3, let me try with the star representation. Okay. So here if we mention star, end and start. So select this one, run in Scratch. Now here you can see the entire value is replaced with 5, 6, 7. So it is always finding the entries with the ABC, and later on it is updating the value. Are you able to see? Earlier here the value is ABC at the rate 1, 2, 3 and some special characters. Now the value is updated with 5, 6, 7. Because this 1, 2, 3 is identified here, that is the reason this one is updated with 1, 2, 7. 5, 6, 7. Okay. So here you can see, just mention the star symbols like this. Okay, now this is the way we do a search and updating modification of the things. So clear team?
Sure, here if we give like instead of 1, 2, 3 something else, then can we check that if it's working?
Okay, which is not there in the array.
Yes.
Okay. So let me try with modifying of one element. Yeah. So I'm just going with another approach, team. So as for your request, I'm just choosing another one. So here 1, 2, 3 is already exist. Okay, that is the reason Tosca is finding that and it is replacing that value with 5, 6, 7. So I just want to give here some asterisks. If value is identified, I'm just asking Tosca to update that value with some star symbols. Otherwise, you can give anything like Tosca automation like this. I just mentioned the 10 time naming conversion as a Tosca automations. So here in the search criteria, I'm just giving some random number like 9, 10 something is there. So we don't have this entry in the array session, okay? 987. If you observe this 987 very clearly, we don't have that entry here, okay? But as I mentioned here, my entry is 987. So I'm asking array to update the value with Tosca automation. So observe here one thing clearly. So the functionality is here. This content always focus on the complete entire array. This is applicable for entire array. I asked Tosca to update the value like entire array. Okay. So here item list level, this is only specific entry. Item is only specific entry. So Tosca always checks the 987 is exist in the array session or not. If that is not exist, so what is happening? Okay, we'll see. I'm just running the script. Can see. So it is not giving any error message here, team. So see here, the array is completely executed successfully. Modified all elements with Tosca automation. Why all elements are modified with Tosca automation? As I mentioned earlier, this content is concentrating entire array. Okay, entire array. So coming to item level, the search criteria is not there within the list. That is the reason this Tosca automation is identified. Identified, that means it is updated with modify action mode. I just mentioned here as an action mode modify, right? That is the reason it is updated. For example, so now I'll go with the verification. So instead of modification, I'll go with the verification. Okay. So let me rename here verify array. You know, I'm just taking copy of same thing, paste here, expand it. So rename this one as I just want to verify the array. Okay, same approach I'm just taking. So here 987, I just this is not exist in the list. I'm just asking Tosca to verify that. In the list level team, I'm just verifying. Okay, 987 is exist or not exist. 987 is exist or not exist. I'm asking Tosca to verify that. So now tell me, this is going to give an error message or are you able to see? The modification at the time of modifying, it's not giving any error. Directly it's modifying the things. But whenever we are doing a verification, it is giving an error message. Are you able to see that? What is the error message? So see here, observe. This content is always checks the entire array. Even you can see actual value. The actual value is almost Tosca automation, Tosca automation, Tosca automation only. Because this value is updated earlier. Okay. So the content itself only it's giving an error. Expected value is 987, but that is not exist in the actual value. Okay. Let me try in another way. So I'm just expanding this. Again, expand it. So here in the content level itself only, I'm just removing this value. I'm changing the action mode as a select. So once I identify this one, I just want to copy paste and verify this. In the item level itself only, I'm just trying to verify this one. Okay. Right click on here. Run in Scratchbook. So again, it's giving an error message. Item is invalid syntax. So whenever we are doing some verification also, it is giving an error message. You can see the constraint. If you are choosing action mode as constraint, it is not giving any error message. But if you are choosing action mode as verify, then it's giving an error because the indexing is mandatory to verify that. Okay. So clear what is happening here. For example, if you want to verify this 987, this entire list level, so then keep here the 987 and use the action mode as here, verify. If I use action mode as verify, right click on here. So what are the value I just passed here? The value 987, it's not exist in the array. Okay. That is the reason it's giving an error message. Let me try with the existency one. Okay. I'm just trying to find. So see here, Tim, the error is triggered again. One or more operations are failed, same error. So 98 verification has failed. You can see your expected value is 987. So actual value is here. Tosca automation. This entire thing is seems like one value. Only one value. So this is the array we are just concentrating here. Tosca automation, Tosca automation, Tosca automation like this. Okay. Now, let me find with the Tosca. So basically Tosca is exist in the array. Am I correct?
Yes, Anusha.
So before going to that, can I use here asterisk symbols? If any occurrence of 987, then Tosca is able to verify that, right? But even this is not exist. So if you are running while replacing the value, the start and ending with asterisk symbols, again, it's giving an error message to us. Okay. Here you can see the expected values failed. Verification has failed. This is the one you are expecting, but actually the value. So when verification will get success? If the expected value, actual value, both are same, that time only we can expect verification was success, correct? Yes or no? So let me rename this one again. This is the array. Expand it. So here I'm just giving a Tosca automation. Tosca automation. Again, I'm just asking Tosca to verify the same thing. Copy this one and paste this. Okay. So run in Scratchbook. So again, it's giving an error message. Why it is giving an error message? Are you getting why it's giving an error message?
You're not mentioning index.
It's
No,
not
like we are checking only
Okay.
one Tosca automation, but in array there are multiple values of Tosca automation.
See, what the expected value, I just mentioned only
One.
one automation, but actual value total, how many Tosca automations you are able to see? The number of entries, right? So as I mentioned earlier, this content always focus the entire array. Make a note of that, okay? That time only, that is the reason we are not able to understand what is happening here. This content field is always focus the array. So I'm just given the verification mode at which level? Content level or item level? Content level. So content level, what is the array here? Actual value? Complete array it is taking. If I mention Tosca automation, it is not giving expected successful verification because the entire array value is actual value. I just mentioned only one list item here. Again, it is giving like verification has failed. Can I try with asterisk symbols here? Can I do that? So which level I have to give asterisks? Verification level, right? Go to your verification part. I'm just trying with while replacing some asterisk here. Okay. So the content level I mentioned here. So here also you can see whenever you are moving cursor here, the stored array specify action targeting the whole array. It's not a single one. Okay. Right click on here, run in Scratchbook. So now this one is executed successfully. Earlier it's giving an error. Now it's verified successfully. Are you able to see that? So I just mentioned only asterisks before and after. So the actual value and expected expression value both are same. That is the reason verification was success. So clarity. If the values exist in the array, then you are able to see like this. So everyone clear?
Yes, Anusha. So we can use this step before the modifier, right? So if
Yeah,
first we can
before modification, you can do verification. So here major thing is what activity we are performing. We are just selecting modify or which one we are selected. That is major point here. Yes, you can do that, Avinash.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Anusha, I have a question like how to add an dynamic array. Like if you're scanning a model, if you have list of values, like how to add those list of values into an array for a dynamic elements. So here we
That
are
time we can choose a iterative function. So this array is a standard module. I'm just explaining this standard module functionality. Okay.
Okay.
I just created array manually within the standard module only. So
Okay.
if you have list of items, you just scan from the web page. If you want to store those all values in the array, then go with iterative array. So it's not like that we are just creating the iterative array here. We just capture something in the web page and we'll keep that things into array. Then we call that arrays to create it. That example I'll explain to you, Matthews. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Anusha.
Again, that is the one and only real-time scenario, right? Definitely, I'll explain that. Okay.
Okay. Anusha.
So let me create one more test step here. Count. Can I get the count of duplicate entries? Jim, can we?
Yes.
Duplicate entries. Yes, we can. Okay. So that time, which option?
Dot result count for account.
So see here, team, to get the result count, don't choose indexing here. I mean, if you want to take any count occurrences of any particular array, don't choose indexing here, okay? Just give a search criteria and then take the count. So my search criteria is here. I'm not giving entire Tosca automation. I just mentioned it as a Tosca. Okay, I just mentioned it as a Tosca. Now coming back to here. So here I'm just selecting result count. So result count is one of the control property. Just write manually. You cannot see this option from the down. Okay, result count equal to. Can I use dynamic buffer here? XB of count. So here you can see the action mode is here verify. Okay. Here team, I'm just using a dynamic buffer like a XB of count. Okay. My search criteria is Tosca and here it is a XB of count. Let me try this way. So script is executed successfully. So here you can see verification was successful. I just mentioned XB of count. Here is also actual value. Both are matched. Go to view tab. Sorry, tools, buffer viewer. I think it's already opened, right? Let me check what is the count. Now tell me this is taking numeric values or string.
String.
I want a numeric value then. So here, observe, I just use the result count to capture the entries of the Tosca, but it is taking that entire array here. It's storing that entire array into the count buffer, but I don't want to do that. Then
At the data type we have string, right? There we can change to
where
yeah,
the data type, it won't create any problem for us, okay? So always the problem with action mode or the value column mode.
Can we try count?
If I change data type to numeric, then what happens? The value it is taking, that is a string value. If I change this one to numeric, then it's give an error message to us, right? Yes or no?
Yes, it will give.
The value cannot be interpreted as a numeric. If I run this run, so here one error is triggered. So here you can see unable to catch the array, the type system, something system related error is triggered. So don't change the data type, okay? Data type anyway, it won't give any error messages related to a data type. Always based on the value, what are the value we passed here or the action, that's it. Okay. So I just tried with the result count, but still I'm not getting exact outcome. So it is taking that entire array to the list. So can I try with, I'll just try with the count function. So just remove this result, replace this one into a count. I'm just changing the buffer name as well. CNT1. I'm just taking CNT1. So if I use dynamic buffers, what is the action mode of dynamic buffer?
Verify.
Buffer. Verify. Okay, that is the reason, and I just mentioned here the action mode as verify only. Select this one and do a right click. One second, team, screen is loading for me. This one is stuck for me. Give me 1 minute. So let's go with the practical now. Okay. before running the execution. What is my search criteria here?
Task automation.
I just mentioned only Tosca. I just mentioned only Tosca. So now tell me what is the expected count here?
6.
How many times Tosca is exist in this list? 6 times. So the expected outcome is 6. So here team make a note. I just mentioned only Tosca. So if I mention only Tosca, then how it is taking? Tosca is stuck for me. Yeah, somewhat it's better now. So here you can see what is my constraint value here? Only Tosca. Okay. So just select this one. Not verify. Get count. So right click on here. Do a run. So the script is executed successfully, team. So are you able to see the count is captured successfully? What is the actual count here?
6.
6 only. So now tell me Tosca is the word, right? So here Tosca is one word, automation is another one. So now I asked Tosca to capture the only entries of Tosca. The count is here 6. If I ask Tosca to take a count of only T's, how many T's are exist in this complete array? So it will take a count or not?
Yes, it should take it.
Definitely it takes, right? Okay, get a count of
T.
vote. So this level we are just getting the count of the word, particular word. So now I'm just giving the character. Okay. How to get the count of character. Okay. So here team, again, I'm just expanding. I'm just mentioning here small t. I'm just mentioning here small t, only one character. Okay. So if I go to array, so in the array section, we have number of these here. If you count manually, yes. So each, I mean, I just want to check Tosca is capturing this capital letters also or not. I just want to check that. Okay. Again, right click on here, run in Scratchbook. So again, this one is executed successfully. Now come back to here. Are you able to see totally what is the count again? What is the count here, team?
6.
6.
6. So now tell me what is the count?
Total.
Each, for example, if I ignore capital letter T, so if I take only small letters, the first one, 2,
12.
12.
12.
T's are there. Okay. Definitely it has to take a capturing of the count 12, right?
Yeah.
But what is happening here?
I
What
think
is
it's playing the old
It's
count
only-
value.
exactly? So the above level, it is taking the count of the entire array. Team, are you getting my points? So I just mentioned Tosca, it is applying search filter here, then it is capturing the count. But here also, here it is capturing the count. I just use the count function here. So that is the reason this content is always focus the entire array, right? It's taking a count of the entire array, but I don't want that. Let me give here asterisk symbols. Let me try this way. So whenever you're learning something, try to achieve a logic in different approaches, okay? What is the count again?
6.
So then actually what is happening here? Tell me. It is taking a count of entire array, right?
Yes, Anusha.
Okay. If I remove this search criteria, let me try this one. I'm just removing here a search criteria. Okay. I don't want this search criteria. If I remove this search criteria, like the constraint index in constraint one, I just deleted here. Okay. So now I'm running only the taking a count of the array. So if I take a count of the array, are you able to see here? The array count is captured. What is the value here? 6 only. 6 only. Maybe the previous situation also, this is what executed. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, Anusha, for that
And this-
Tosca word.
So let me take a duplicate entries copy. I'm just changing here the name of the buffer, okay? The list array is holding complete Tosca automation, and now I'm changing to list, okay? You can see here the list array is there. This is holding these characters. I'm just going back to here. So expand this one. So team, this count function is always taking the count of entire array. But I don't want to do that. I want to get only the duplicate entries within the array. If I mention my search criteria is 1, 2, 3. If I mention my search criteria is 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let me run this one. So the expected outcome is here only 2. Just sticking to exactly. So this is the array team. So totally how many times this 2, 1, 2, 3 is exist?
2 times.
2 times only, right? 1, 2. So what is the count Tosca is captured here?
2.
2 only. Okay. If I mention asterisk symbols here, I just mentioned asterisk symbols here. Let me try to run this one again. So again, this one is executed. What is the count here now?
4.
4.
4. That is the expected only, right? So here 1, 2, 3 is exist these 2, and here also 2. That means totally count is 4. Okay. For example, if I mention only 1, if I mention only 1, okay. If I click on here. So what is the outcome team, expected outcome? 4 only, right? Yes or no?
Yes, Anusha, correct.
Yes, Anusha.
4
4
only
times.
because these two is a holding of one character, right? That means 4. So if I search same thing with a character, so this is the numeric one. I'm just searching A here. Okay. Now right click on here, run in Scratchbook. So how many entries of A you are able to see? Again, the outcome is 4 here. 4 actual value is equal to 4. You can see totally how many A's you are able to see this entire array level. 4 only. This is the 1A, second one, third one, and fourth one. Clear?
Arush, can you please give A, B, C, D and check like what it will give?
That is not exist, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just trying to find with the A, B, C, D. Okay. So if this is not there, what happens? Just expect. We're just taking count at which level?
Array level. So
Array
it will
level.
give
So if this
total
search is
elements.
not exist in the array, maybe it take the count of entire array. Okay. I think without giving an error message. See, script is executed successfully. What is the count here now? 8. So at the time of capturing the count, I just used here the dynamic buffers. So what are the search criteria I mentioned? A, B, C, D. This is not exist in this array. This array level that A, B, C, D is not there. Okay, that is the reason what is happening. So we're just taking count at array level, right? It is capturing the entire count of the array. So totally how many list is there within this array? Totally 8. Clear?
Anusha, but in real time, like we don't know like whether the value exists or not, right? So we are like dynamically searching for an, element. So if we can't able to replace an element which is not existing in array, or if we can't account the element which we don't know whether we present or whether that's present in an array, so it's counting all the element in array, or it's changing all the element in array. So the functionality is wrong, right?
Somewhat it is a drawback, I agree that. Okay. But this is the standard module, right? Maybe something not there in the list. Even we are applying constraint, but at the time of capturing count only, it's not giving an error. Okay. If you are choosing a verify action mode, that time it's giving an error message to us. Are you remember that?
Yeah, yes, Anusha.
So basically, even if you're applying a logic at the time of real-time point of view, so if you're choosing constraint and then you are trying to verify that within the exist in the array, that time, if the value, the search criteria is not matched, definitely it's giving an error message. Because here we choose the action mode as verify. So be concentrate and check the action mode here. So in this situation, why it is not giving action mode error? Even here also action mode verify, right? But why it is not giving an error? What is the value in this column level?
It's count number 8.
Dynamic buffer. So the functionality of this dynamic buffer, what are the values exist in the screen or somewhere stored in the buffer, it always capture that. So here I just mentioned only a dynamic buffer. That is the reason it is not giving an error. Got it, Abhinav?
Like if we use a regular buffer with a buffer action mode, will that works at that time?
So
In terms
before
of capturing, in terms of capturing a count which is not existing in an array.
not getting method. So do you want me to delete this and I just want to select a buffer action mode? This is what you are looking or what exactly?
Yes, Anusha.
So if you take action mode buffer, then what happens? Just think before running the script, just do analysis, okay? Content is the name of the buffer. Otherwise, if you want to rename this one, you can rename this one. Okay? I'm just selecting here array underscore list. This is the name of the buffer. Okay? So I'm just ignoring this item search criteria. Okay. Let me try. So here you can see I just added ABC. It is my search criteria. So after that, I'm just buffering here. So what exactly the thing we are doing before running the script? Here I'm giving search criteria. The content level I'm asking Tosca to buffer it. So which things it's going to buffer? Okay, let me run this first.
Complete array, I guess.
Complete array, right? That content
Yeah.
is always focusing the complete array. If I use action mode buffer, then what happens? What are the values the array is having? The entire values are assigned to this buffer array list. Are you able to see that? The functionality of buffer is always create the buffer and buffered values, right?
Yes, Anusha.
So the array list is created, all the values here. So what situations we go with the search criteria? One thing, first of all, we have to find that within the list and then do verification of that. Otherwise, you can take a count of that. So just go with the functionalities wise here. Clear? Matthews?
Yes, Anusha. Yeah.
Yes. The similar way you can do apply the deleting of the buffer. Even at the time of deleting of the array list, either you can delete array with the help of indexing and search criteria. So will you able to try this one, delete one?
Yes, I'm sure.
So see here, I'll explain to you indexing one. You can go with the. So see here the list of array. And here the content is Tosca automation verification, right? I just want to delete. Okay. Let me remove this one. Okay, now. Expand this. So what is my search criteria also? Tosca. So the list of arrays holding only Tosca automations, correct? Yes or no? If I run this
Yes.
script, it will delete that entire array.
Yes. I think.
Be able to see the array is empty here now. This is the search one. I just use the action mode as constraint. I'm searching that, and after that, I'm asking Tosca to delete it. Same thing. So find the search criteria. If that is there, it will delete that respective one. Otherwise, if it is matching that entire list, then it delete the entire list here. So what I'll do now, paste here. I'm just pasting here one more time. Let me rename here. Maybe who are saying they may get confusion. Delete array. So here I'm just taking only list. And this list buffer is holding 1, 2, 3. I just want to delete only 1, 2, 3. And here in the search criteria also you can see 1, 2, 3. So see here team, I'm just giving here vice versa. My search criteria is Tosca automation. If you see the list, do we have any Tosca automation within this array?
No.
Okay.
No, Anusha.
Let me try with the one by one. I'm just taking 1, 2, 3 search criteria and then I'm asking Tosca to delete it. Okay. Right click and run in Scratch. So are you able to see only 1, 2, 3 are deleted here? I'm just taking count of this list again. See, 1, 2, 3 are deleted, right?
Yes,
If
Anusha.
searching criteria, the constraint search criteria is met, directly delete that search, the finding value in the array list, okay? So that is what happened here. Now what I'm doing, I'm just trying to pass the search criteria as Tosca and 1, 2, 3 and delete, okay? So again, the script is executed successfully. So 1, 2, 3 deleted array. And the array list, it is deleted only existing one. Even the search criteria is also not meet. What are the value we just passed here? It is finding that entries and then it is deleted. So can I go with directly without constraint deleting the value? Maybe that is possible, right?
Yes.
I don't want to keep here the constraint, okay? I just want to delete 1, 2, 3. Use here asterisk symbols before and after. Then select this one, right click on here, run in Scratch. So now the values are deleted, right? Where is my list? So Tim, if you're without giving deleted array, are you able to see here? It is not considering this 1, 2, 3 is not a search criteria. So if we delete constraint action mode, then what is happened here?
Deleted entire array.
Whole array.
Overall array is deleted. Even buffer section also I'm not able to see that array section here. Array buffer list buffer is not there in the buffer section. Are you able to see? So now you are able to understand these array operations, create point of view, modify, verify, and delete point of view. Team.
Yes, Anush.
Team clear everyone. Thank you so much for your response. So see here, team, please do a practice of these array operations. Why I'm asking you to do it? So whenever I'm discussing the buffer tables concept, maybe we had a situation to buffer the name of the one particular row. So that time we used iterative array. So we can store those all values into one particular array. So we can go with the combination of iterative array operations with the table combination. Probably that is completely a real-time approach. But before going to that, please gain some practical knowledge on this particular standard module array operations one. Clear?
Okay.
Yes, Anusha.
If you're able to understand what are the things we can achieve via the standard module, so it's very easy for you while implementing in any logic, any real-time logics, okay? Na? Please do a practice of this, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, team. So we'll connect tomorrow. Thanks to you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Anush.
Thank you,
Thank you
Anusha.
so much. Bye.